How you doing, man? So as we're out here, once again, the main thing, and as with anything, is to try and pool together resources and get people to agree. I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we always face, is the different approaches. We all know that the problems are before us. So as we was just, I was just talking to, all right, I was just down here talking to about 4 of the guys out here about what's happening, and unfortunately none of them wanted to talk. 2 of the gentlemen said they're going to follow the leader. What the heck is happening here? How you doing, sir?
Okay.
Everything's open. Everything's open.
Everything's open. Is there anybody inside?
I think the 2 people in there.
All right, because these has got to go in the program.
So I wish I would have brought business cards down here so that I can make sure that I hand them out, so at least people who don't feel comfortable speaking right now will be able to talk into the camera and give their insight and their thoughts on what's happening. We understand everyone doesn't like to be on the camera, so that's a big deal, and we just have to go from there. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's a lot of complacency in the community. A lot of people have just given up and they're not involved in anything, and so we want to make sure that we be at least that outlet and that voice for people to look at and say at least somebody is out doing something different and at least trying to come together. How you doing, sir?
Good morning, brother. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, man. And as we do that, we'll find that our commonality will unite us together ultimately, or one day. It takes time. People don't just jump on things on first note, so it takes consistency. If they see you out here a while, they see you working on something and trying to get something done, they kind of respect that. Then they'll come out and get involved with you. They want to make sure that you're not just here one day and gone tomorrow. And just from my perspective, tomorrow, or later on today, we're going to...
And I really appreciate the fact that someone's out here trying to do something about the problems in Gary. They have a lot of problems, and to see somebody with the backbone to fight it, I really appreciate to see you guys out here. Okay?
Thank you. We appreciate that. But you know what? Last year, 2007, 83 homicides in the city of Gary, brother.
Yeah.
So, and just to the east, west, and south of us, probably 3-4 homicides in each one of those cities. But Gary, 80-something homicides. That's unacceptable.
That's too many.
That's too many, man.
But let me ask this: do you feel like the people care? I mean, at the end of the day, do the people really care, or is people just living life moment to moment?
I think the people really care. But see what it is, they become complacent because the way they've been treated, they realize that politically, there's no hope. These people just gave up. All it is, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's the real problem. They've heard it so long.
Right.
So people just have given up because they know what's going to happen. It's all a game.
But is it any hope? Should we just say, all right, it is what it is, let's pack it up and turn it in?
Yeah, it's a hope once you overcome this mindset.
But how do you do that? I mean, that's the toughest part of mine.
Well, I know it is, but you know, along with somebody out there fighting, and you know, that's all you can do, fight until you win. I mean, you can't give up.
Right.
You know.
You know, this brother said a mouthful. The mindset.
That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, right.
Yeah.
People in this city feel that they have no hope. That right now it's not going to help.
Right.
That's the mindset that they have. That mentality, that's dangerous.
Well, on the flip side to that, even in Chicago, we got, I mean, it's complacent to me in the black community across America. It seems like we've just given up and just said whatever. We just deal with whatever, you know. I don't know if it's, like this brother said, we can't give up because young people are growing up, and as they get older, hopefully they'll take the mantle and run with it. You know, what do you think about that?
Well, I think that's a very positive attitude. But also, you have to get some people in on the political arena who's going to really have their attitude, who's going to really do something about crime. You know, who really going to get out here and work and not be concerned primarily with their career.
Right.
You know, they're in politics all their life. They can't go out and get a real job.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
The brother saying some good stuff.
Now, what about this? We know in 2 days the caucus in Iowa is happening. Barack, Hillary, John Edwards, the Democrats. Who do you feel really will do something about giving us federal resources here in Gary and other cities?
Well, I don't know. Time tells. That's kind of hard to say time because, you know, when you're in this thing, man, everybody says all these good things, but when the deal goes down, only time can tell. I hate to predict that.
Right. And you know what, Ryan? Just recently, our Congressman, Peter Piscotty, he received something like, I think, $80 million, man, for this district of Lake County. Gary didn't get not one dime of that money. So
but the flip side to that, and to play devil's advocate, is Gary in position to receive the money, or will the same people who getting it now get it and do the same thing? That's what this brother's saying, complacency. You know?
Our elected officials must be held accountable for this predicament that we're in Gary, Indiana, brother.
Well, what about the young people?
Well, you see, it's just like, hey, when you can't get a job, you're going to pick up that pistol, you're going to do something. That's just the way it is. You're going to sell drugs, or something going to happen. You can't get a job. There's not enough jobs. Or if it's jobs, they don't pay anything. And you can't live off of the China jobs. These $5 an hour. There's no job. There's not enough industry. And I think it's a lot of problems. You can't come out of high school and get a job, man. Everybody's not made for college. Get a job where you could buy a car, support a family, you know. So the job's a big problem in this area, you know. Do
you think that maybe, you know, they say almost 1 million blacks are locked up right now, and when you look at the ones that are out with records on their back, who's going to hire them if the regular people aren't getting the jobs? Do you think the draft or putting them in the military would be a good thing at this stage?
I think that would be a good thing. I'm going to tell you why. Because it would give a person a second chance. It really, to me, you know, and I think, you know, all of them not going to buy it, but I think a great deal of people would, you know, this would be a second chance in life, man. A lot of people, man, they would kill for this.
They have money.
Chance, yeah, to clean their act up, to be able to vote again and all this thing. So I think that would be a good thing, you know, but it's too sensible, you know. It's too sensible, they're not going to do it.
Well, you heard about over in Pakistan, they just killed Miss Bhutto, and the government said that she hit her head. She didn't die from gunshots, and so the people over there rioting and having a fit over there. So it goes back to what you're saying with the government being complacent or trying to keep things among themselves and whatnot. So
collusion on the part of the government. The government, just like everywhere else, man, they want to stay in power.
Exactly.
They don't really care about the people, man.
Exactly.
They want to keep themselves in power. So, hey, but I really appreciate talking to you guys. I'm going to get on in here and hopefully have a nice day with this thing.
And one more question, and that's with the churches. Give me your thoughts. Are the churches stepping up to the plate or they have not? What's your thoughts? Tough question.
I mean, if they're stepping up to the plate, I haven't saw them. Okay? It seems as though they're about the church. And, you know, building bigger churches.
All right. Thanks for keeping it real, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to hit you.
Thank you. Okay.
So, thanks, brother. So, Dwight, going back to what you plan to get out of this, at the end of the day, I just on what I've seen, you've made a statement. It's documented. And from that, no one can say that at least one person isn't out here trying.
And you know, Saran, when I leave here, I want people who attend this function to understand to what magnitude and what, you know, of the problems we have here in Gary, Indiana, and what attempts we made, concerned citizens made to curtail these crimes in our community, this violence. We made several attempts, and that's the reason for our presence out here today.
Well, that's one of the things that I was saying. At the end of the day, you always got to look at a person's intent. So no matter what your approach is, what is your intent? And the intent is to stop the crime in the community, make it safe for Gary, you know?
Absolutely.
So I commend you, as that brother said, for just stepping out there and
work this out, man.
Now, what that sign say?
The Interfaith Clergy Council lied to us.
All right, and now you were on the radio too promoting this. Tell me how that radio